Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Kal Hala Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Yahawah is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahawashi is the name of His only begotten Son, our Lord and our Savior. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalawam to the Akim, and Shalawam to the few Akwaf. Alright, just a quick lesson through the spirit of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. I'm sitting here at the plantation, and I was listening to some music, and let me pull it back up, Lord willing. All right, and I was just looking at the lyrics, and it was at the ending of this song. It's called "It's Your World" by the songwriter Common, and it says, "Be amended 5/5. Be amended 5/5. Be amended 5/5 human." All right, and it says, "Be owners of more land and." Then it's set aside wildlife. If I get back to it, it won't let me. Okay, let me try to skip to the end. There it is. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get right there. It says, "Be the last one of 144,000. Be the resident of the 12th house." And yes, that's what we're fighting for, all right? We're fighting for salvation in Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, to hopefully be a part of the elect. Lord willing, we be those men of the 144,000, all right? Now it says be eternal. And that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for that eternal life. And I just thought that was interesting, so I just wanted to pull a few scriptures. It said, "Be amended 5/5 human." And we know Esau and these other nations, I think according to the Constitution, they tried to name us 3/5 of a man or whatnot. But we know that we are the men of the Lord, and it don't matter what Esau, the basis of men, say. All right. So I wanted to get that in the book of Psalms right here, Psalms 83. It says, "Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head, and they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones." It says, "They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance." And we know that is the contract or the agreement, all right, that these other nations and the head of our enemies, Esau, have consulted with one consent to do, all right? That's why we are called so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, all right? So it says, "For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, the tabernacle of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagareans, Jerbel, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them, and they have holpen the children of Lot." All right, Selah. All right. So we know that these enemies, okay, the heathen, all right, the head being Esau, Edom. They have consulted with one consent to cut us off from being a nation, and that's why our people are destroyed, for a lack of knowledge. All right. For one, some of our people of the nation of Israel know who they are. They're just rebellious. And for two, our people just, they're destroyed, like it says in the book of Hosea. They're just destroyed for a lack of knowledge. They're not even seeking after Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. All right. But I want to get this one thing in the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah 17:4, it says, "And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies." All right. Then we just read that our enemies are confederate against us in the land which thou knowest not. "For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever." All right. Now let's jump over to the Apocrypha. Okay. Apocrypha in the book of Baruch. Baruch 3. and 8. It says, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to understanding, wisdom. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead? All right. So Yahawashi ultimately let this happen, but it happened through the way of our enemies coming together to cut us off from being a nation. All right. And Yahawashi is going to recompense them for that. Okay. But the point that I'm getting at is, according to the song, I must have to get back to the lyrics. At the end, it said, "Be a part of the 144,000." And that's what we're fighting to do. We're fighting for the salvation that Yahawashi will grant us. Baba Gushai. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. But you can get it in the book of Revelations about the 144,000. Revelation 14:1. And it reads, And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of the harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. So that's what we're hoping to be. We're hoping to be the hopeful elect. Lord willing, through the Spirit. We continue on in the faith of Yahawashi, and we be a part of that 144,000. I just thought it was interesting in the song lyrics that it said be a part. Let me just get it all the way down at the end. It says, Be the last one of 144,000, be the residents of the 12th house, be eternal. All right. And we know that we're fighting to be a part of the 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe of the nation of Israel. Okay. Because we know Yahawashi, he have chosen us. All right. Yahawashi said he has chosen us. We have not chosen him. Okay. And we know he's going to remain faithful to that promise that he made to our forefathers. Okay. Deuteronomy 7:6, and Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect. And I'm going to end it with this. It says, For thou art an holy people unto the Yahawah thy power. The Yahawah thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Yahawah did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were fewest of all people. But because the Yahawah loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Yahawah brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. All right. So we know Yahawashi brought us out of the land of Egypt, and he's keeping his promise that he sworn unto our forefathers, as it says. Okay. So we hope to be that hopeful elect. I know it sounds like a broken record, but that's where our faith is. As in the book of Hebrews 11:1, it says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, so we have our faith in Yahawashi. All right, I wanted to get that because it just addressed that Yahawashi brought us out of the land of Egypt. Okay, and I just wanted to get this right here in the book of Amos, chapter 3:2. It says, You only have I known, of all families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Okay? So that's what Yahawashi did. And the point I wanted to get from that is that he said, we, Israel, you only have I known out of all families on the earth. And therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. And you can also reiterate that in the book of Psalms 147 and 19 on down. Okay? But yeah, I wanted to get one more thing, before I have to go back into the plantation. Jeremiah 16 and 16. No, 16:14. All right. It says, Therefore, behold, the days come. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Yahawah, that it shall no more be said that Yahawah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Yahawah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land. Their land I gave unto their fathers. That's him keeping that promise. But he's right now, Yahawashi is known for what he did to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and how he delivered us out of Egypt. Well, he said it will be no more said that, but it will be said that Yahawashi delivered us out of the land of the north, right here in America, Babylon, and from all the lands that he scattered us. Okay? So let me get that back in Revelation, because it's the point of the lesson. I'm going to read it verse 2. No, verse 1. I'm going to read verse 1. It says, And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion with 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice of the heavens, as a voice of many waters, and as a voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of the harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as if it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. So that's what we're hoping, to receive salvation from this captivity. Okay? Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. Shalawam. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalawam. And call halal Yahawah by Yahawashi. Barakatah. Aman.